This used to be me on camera.
I kind of talk about how business is like the same as a relationship and how like many people they like hope and dream that they just like want to find that perfect soulmate or they want to find that perfect like business partner. But
And this is me now. Only reason why you are not starting your business, let me share all of the lack of credentials I had. If you're somebody who really wants to be confident on camera, you want to build a brand on social media, you want to talk with confidence, you want to communicate with people, you want to build a loyal audience base, but every single time you hit record, you don't feel like yourself, you don't have any confidence, you don't have conviction, you don't have charisma, you don't feel like your personality is actually shining through. In today's video, I'm gonna give you the ultimate guide on how to be confident on camera. Because it's been over 5 years since I have been creating content, honestly, almost every single day on social media. And as you guys saw in the first clip, I used to be a very shy, introverted person. I didn't really know how to effectively talk and speak and communicate, but I learned so many strategies from practice and of course learning from other people on how to become really confident on camera, where creating content is basically just second nature. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is you're actually already confident, quote unquote, on camera, because when you think about it, when you're with your friends, when you're with your family, when you're with people that you're already really comfortable with, you don't have a problem having conversation with them. You are yourself. You're talking about things that you love. You're sharing your opinions. You're asking questions. You're really interacting with them. But the minute that you actually see a camera in front of your face, you turn into a completely different person. So just know, odds are you're probably already really, really good at having conversation and being confident in your own self. So what you want to think about is when you are recording, whether it's recording in front of a real digital camera or even if it's recording in front of your phone, forget that the camera is there and forget that the phone is there. Think about your camera and or your phone as your best friend. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I talk about my couch scenario. This is when it comes to creating content on social media, but this also has a lot to do with how you show up on camera. Imagine this: if you're sitting on the couch with your best friend and you're in the midst of having a really deep conversation with him or her, you're not actively thinking about how you're showing up on camera. You're just so in the conversation and you're just sharing what's actually on your heart. If you can take that same energy and that same basically conversation onto camera, the fear disappears, the stiffness almost disappears, and the awkwardness also disappears. Because one thing I always say is confidence doesn't come from being the best at what you do. Confidence comes in being certain in what you're actually communicating and talking about. Therefore, once again, most of the time when you're in conversation with somebody that you know, love, you're friends with, you're not thinking about, oh my gosh, am I being confident in what I'm saying? You're just talking about, oh my gosh, I love this person so much, therefore I need to have this conversation with them. So every single time I hit record, I don't even think that I'm on camera with anybody. I just think that I'm talking to somebody that I really love and care about. Therefore, my message comes across a lot more clear and it comes across a lot more confident. Now, this leads me into the second thing, which is speak as if you've talked about the topic a million times before. I know sometimes people get camera shy because they start to overthink what it is that they're actually speaking to their audience about. They're like, okay, am I going to be saying this fact right? What if I stutter? What if I mess up? Is the information that I'm sharing actually accurate and knowledgeable? But odds are a lot of the times when we're actually on camera and when we're creating content, we're creating things that we already know about and things that we're already passionate on. So before you hit record, you just want to step into the version and step into the identity as somebody who has already talked about this topic, idea, concept a million times before. Because when you can tap into that type of energy, once again, there is no overwhelm. There is no confusion on, am I saying this right? Am I not saying this right? You show up in a completely different light, completely completely different energy. Think about if you've ever been to like a job interview, you show up as that person. You show up as your highest self. Like you are performing the best because you want to appear the new, you know your shit, even though you might not know it that well, right? Same thing when it comes to camera. And over time, as you speak as if you've talked about the topic a million times before, you actually become that person just generally all the time. And on top of speaking as if you've talked about this topic a million times before, one very tactical thing that I do right before I hit record is give myself like 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes, to ground myself and think about the real reason why I'm even recording a video. So once again, every single time before I hit record on my camera, when I'm shooting YouTube videos, I tell myself, okay, why am I recording this? It is because there is somebody out there who is waiting to hear from me. There is somebody out there who is waiting to hear my message. There is somebody out there who is waiting to hear my story and the information and the facts and the experiences that I have to share. And I'm not thinking about, oh, am I going to mess up? Am I going to stutter? Do I sound weird? What if people think, I'm a joke? What if people laugh at me? Like, I am not thinking about myself. One of the best pieces of advice I actually got from one of my old mentors. This was when I was really in my like speaking on stage era. This was right before I did my TEDx talk. What he told me is something that I will never ever forget. And he told me one of the best ways to not have any nerves when you're speaking on stage is flip the script. Don't think about you right before you hit the stage, because most people will think, once again, what if I trip? What if I fall? What if people laugh at me? Think about the audience that's actually there waiting to hear from you. Get into their minds and their brains. Think about the goals that they have. Think about the problems that they might be experiencing. And then think about like, oh my gosh, they are a student and they're here to listen to me. When you take the attention off of yourself and you place your focus on the people who actually need to hear your message, the nerves honestly go away and you do step into that like speaker role, almost that teacher role, that professor role, where you are speaking with so much confidence and conviction, because honestly, it doesn't matter if you mess up. It doesn't matter if you stutter. It doesn't matter if maybe like the quote or the statistic isn't 100% right. People can feel your energy through the actual screen. So going back to grounding yourself, I close my eyes. I take a few minutes to really just envision myself speaking to that one person who really needs to hear my message. I forget that I'm on camera. I forget that I have lights around me. I forget that I have a mic, because my message is so much greater than me just like speaking once again directly to a camera. Now, although creating confidence is something that you develop and you create internally, there's also another thing externally that you can do to build this confidence and build this conviction when you're speaking on camera. And this is dressing the part. There has been so many studies, which I don't know exactly what studies there are, but I have done this study myself, where when you show up in your best outfit, you put on makeup, you get your hair done, your confidence increases because you feel good about yourself. And I actually did this back in university during like finals week when everyone's studying to take their last test and their last exams. Everybody is usually in their sweatpants. They go take the test. Their hair is a mess. They're a slob because honestly, they don't really care to get dressed up because they're almost finished with classes. But me, I always rolled in with a cute outfit, with my hair done, with makeup on, because I knew my performance when taking that test would be so much better if I actually looked and feel better. Same thing when it comes to talking on camera, right? So in the really beginning, like do your hair, do your makeup, put on your favorite outfit, because you're gonna want to show up even better. If you're not taking the time to put effort into your appearance, you can just pull out your camera and try to record something, but the energy is not gonna be there, because subconsciously in your mind and in your brain, you're going to be thinking about yourself. You're going to be thinking about like, is my hair okay? Like, what if my outfit looks weird? Like, oh my gosh, my shirt is wrinkly. We don't want to be thinking about ourselves when we're creating content. We want to be thinking about somebody else. And once again, the receiver, the person that's actually watching the video, people like to watch people that are put together. Like, there are so many people that watch my videos because they like to see what I wear every single day, right? They ask like what type of makeup products I use. So even though I'm not necessarily talking about that in my video, there are different elements in the actual video that people are going to watch. And one of that element is you and how you're actually dressing and showing up. Now I'm bringing back what I said earlier because this next part has to do with practice, but not just practice. This is what I call lifestyle practice. Now, earlier I said everybody is already confident, quote unquote, on camera because they are already confident or comfortable around people that they know, like, love, and trust. Therefore, when you can practice how you are communicate off camera, when you actually talk on camera, it's going to feel so much more comfortable. So practice, right? This does not mean you have to practice on camera. This can be practicing with your best friend. And this, once again, isn't like you sitting down with them and be like, hey, let's practice me being on camera. Of course, you can do that if you want to, but just consciously think about when you're in conversation with somebody, just think about like, oh, if I had a camera right now, like, would I feel comfortable? Would I be open to saying what it is that I'm saying to my best friend or my partner, spouse, whoever that person is? Would I be comfortable saying this on camera because I'm so comfortable? Replace them with a camera in that moment. You don't have to tell them that, but just consciously be aware throughout the entire day when you're just in conversation with people, have that confidence, like really have that conviction. So that way, when you do hit record, when you do pull out your phone or your camera, there really isn't a disconnect between who you are in person and who you are off camera. And that is when you become one with your brand and one with your content. Because at the end of the day, you are here and you're still watching till the end because you don't want to just be confident on camera. You want to impact people. You want to build an audience. You want to build a community. Like, you want to make money. You want to profit off of what you do. So it's not just about creating this confidence when you're recording and when you're on camera. It's about how to actually be in this confidence all the damn time. And if you want to learn now how to actually get paid for your content, don't forget to watch this video. I love you guys so much, and until next time, make sure that you stay unforgettable.